I'm here today at West Ridge High School in Sullivan County talking with two teachers about how September 11th, 2001 events of that day, how they are taught in schools now, 20 years later. And I'd like each of you just to sort of give your name and your background and what you teach here at West Ridge.
Hi, I'm Kristy Sproles. I've been teaching, this is my 23rd year. I teach United States History and Geography, AP US History, and AP European History. 22 years at Central High School and now at West Ridge.
Hi, I'm Jim Smith, and I teach AP US History and Government here at West Ridge. I was at South High School before this, and I think this is my 15th year. So.
Okay. So if y'all could just sort of share how you address 9/11 or how you will address it in the coming days leading up to the anniversary, which is on a Saturday, I believe, this year.
Yes. Every year, no matter what I'm teaching, we will take the day off, usually September 11th. This year will be September 10th, the Friday before. And we watch the documentary America Remembers, and we'll just go step by step that day, all the events that took place on 9/11. It's got great video footage, and we'll stop and randomly ask questions, discuss my personal experiences. Of course, students were not alive at that point, but they can tell where their parents were. And we just discuss. It's more about context and the facts of what happened that day. So we'll look at the history of 9/11.
And this is in your AP and U.S. history
We'll do it in
classes?
every class I've got.
And if you could sort of explain the difference when you first started, I guess, 2001 forward, it was different because it was literally a current event, but now it's become more historical. How has that changed the way that you teach it, and how has it changed the way that students respond to it because they didn't actually remember it or live through it as they had then?
I think, well, since I've done this for many years now, at first it was very emotional, sharing their own personal experience. I was in kindergarten, we did this. Now it's more about fact. It's a historical event to them. They were not there. They don't have the personal experiences. I try to share mine to put into context. I was a young teacher. This is what I did that day. PTA meeting, trying to find gas afterwards. The panic, even in Sullivan County. Parents picking up their students. Today it's less emotional. They ask questions. It's more like teaching World War I or World War II. I feel like.
And Mr. Smith, if you could sort of share some of your experiences in teaching this in the past years and sort of how you do it now.
Well, kind of reiterate what Mrs. Sproles said, that the students were not alive. When I first started talking about it, when we would go through it, the kids again were in elementary school when the event happened, and they had personal experiences. Now, when you talk to the students about it again, it's usually through, what their parents said happened or their grandparents said happened and such. And again, usually show some type of video related to it. I actually have a presentation about, that kind of leads into a PowerPoint presentation that leads into, like what happened, what was the United States response and such. And again, from teaching government mainly through the years, I kind of go at it with a perspective of how is it affecting things right now? Like what happened on 9/11, how does that change things that are going on now? What's the government's role? What's the government's responsibility to protect the citizens and such, and along that regard? And again, one of the things that these students, a lot of them were talking about Afghanistan, and they were removing the troops from Afghanistan. A lot of these students, until you start digging into it, they don't even know right now, because this was so distant in the past, why we were even there. Like, why are these students there? And they don't really connect the dots, so to speak, I guess. And that's one of the things I try to do in government class anyway. And again, sometime right around 9/11, I'll try to have a class period related to related to what happened, and a little historical perspective and things like that as well.
I want to thank you all for doing this, and I just wondered if either of you had anything to add or something I didn't ask that you think would would be good. If not, that's great.
I'm good.
I'm good.